I'm in the shed. This is where I tend to do all the dusty stuff, packing your silica, sanding, that kind of thing. So I've just picked up my charcuterie board. It has been through the belt sander, so it is so scratched. The resin is as scratched as you can get it. Honestly, you've never seen scratched resin like it. Believe it or not, there's lots of pretty flowers and poppy seed heads in under here. I'm going to sand it, buff it up with my blooming sanding polish, and yeah, I'm going to take you through the process. It's not that scary, okay? Look how frosted it is, but inside it's very pretty. Okay, first up, I'm going to be using my Bloom polish. I know it's good stuff, so I am going to be using that. Brilliant for small resin sanding projects. Also, respirator, absolutely essential, especially in here. I'm going to open up all the doors. The doors all open up on the side of my summer house, so they're going to be open. And I'll probably move to the steps of the summer house and do it outside as well. So always wear a respirator. Whether you're sanding wood, resin, whatever you're sanding, you need to wear a respirator. And I'm going to work it up through the stages, starting from very low, maybe 40, 80 grit, right up to 10,000. Keep tuned. Okay, I'm going to start with my 40 grit. This is super coarse, and you're going to see a lot of scratching on there. So all I'm going to do is just in between each grit of paper, give it a wash down with some distilled water, which I've got in here, just between each paper. And yeah, I'm going to go for it. So that was 40 grit that I have just done, and it has killed my sanding head. Unfortunately, these discs are not going to last with resin. Next up, I'm on 80. So what I'm doing is I'm working 3 times horizontal and 3 times vertical. So I've got like a cross-hatched effect going on. What I'm going to do now is put some distilled water on here and give it a wipe. Okay, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with 80, 120, 240, and I'm going to come back to you at about 400. Ooh. So before you take your respirator off, just remember that it is still going to be really dusty. So I'm just doing this quickly to show you, and then I'm putting that respirator back on. Actually guys, I've changed my mind. I'm putting my respirator back on just because it is quite dusty in here. So this is at 400 grit. I'm going to give it a wipe with my distilled water and show you the difference. So I've done these papers, and hopefully you can see that it's starting to be a bit clearer now. I'm going to continue up the grits, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200 and so forth until I get to 3,000, and then I'll come back and show you. I am going to be just doing the resin, not so much sanding the wood now. The wood is done. I don't want to overdo sanding of the wood because it can weaken the wood, so I'm just going to work around it, not worrying too much if I get a little bit on the edge, but I'm concentrating my efforts on the resin. So I'm going to come back probably at about 3,000 grit, guys. Right then guys, we're stopping at 3,000 for a minute. And a lot of people who make resin tables stop at 3,000, but because I want a mirror glass finish with my flowers, I'm going to keep on going. But look at that. It's already coming, isn't it? Let me take it outside so you can see it better. So we're at about 3,000 grit at the moment. Not bad. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to go all the way to 10,000. Sorry guys, I forgot to say that it is now that I'm introducing some Bloom polish, and just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to do it at 4,000 and 10,000, and that'll be enough. So just put a light smear across my resin, and I'm going to carry on sanding. she is, guys. She is polished to 10,000 grit. How absolutely insanely beautiful is she? I haven't done the sides, just the top, and underneath I've done it to 3,000 grit, but on the top here she's done until 10,000 grit. And then I'm going to take her over to the studio and I'm going to do my polishing section, but that'll be on a whole other story, whole other video, sorry.